dear children, we are on the second session of our ninth chapter, Consumerist Culture, written by Cherry and Alexander. In the last session video, we have discussed how the trend of shopping, the shopping trend has been increasing in our country, how it was a form of entertainment in the foreign countries. We have seen that US people, most of the Americans, they are spending their half of their leisure times in watching television, and the remaining time they are spending for shopping. Shopping became a form of entertainment, and nowadays this trend, this lifestyle, this luxurious lifestyle we are seeing in our country also, and the people, the advertisers and the marketing professionals, how they are working hard to open their business even in the rural villages also, and how this village is going to be in a bad situation of consumerist culture. These all things we have seen in the last video. So let us continue. The tragic comedy of development. The deep irony then is that while pockets of private prosperity are growing, there is an inexorable impoverishment of the resources that belongs to the public realm. There is thus an amazing variety of sleek new car models to choose from, but the roads in our cities are in pretty bad shape and getting worse. Fashionable luxury resorts for the affluent are coming up everywhere, but lung spaces for public use, parks and playgrounds are shrinking. It is much the same story with many other services in the public domain, including transportation, healthcare, libraries and education. The trend is to push even the most essential service into private realm so that some company or other can make profit on them. In the process, the poor being pushed into becoming consumers and increasingly expensive goods and utilities. So now in these 5 paragraphs, the last 5 paragraphs, we have seen the problems of this consumerist culture, how people started following this culture. Now here see, when in this paragraph we are seeing when these developments are going on, this development of this culture is growing up, what are the problems can happen, that we are seeing. Here we see a comedy, writer is saying about a tragic comedy of development. Let us see what is that. Here nowadays people are, we have a lot of choices that we have seen. We have variety of new car models in our country. Whatever the model, you buy Benz, you buy BMW, but the road that you are going to drive your car is same. It is getting worse day by day. And whatever the luxury resort you are making, we are seeing fashionable, pretty luxurious resorts we are seeing each and every towns in our country. But there is no place for public use like park, playground. So by shrinking these places, we are improving that. For example, by shrinking the playground, by making the playground to shrink, we are improving the resort there. So one side, these developments are coming in this way. Another side, the essential things that we are losing from our place. So normally in our place we are not seeing transportation, healthcare, libraries, education. In all these fields we are not seeing any development, we are not seeing any improvement. But in the same here, in this new models of car, choice of different types of shopping malls, resorts, these luxurious lives are increasing here. But actually what is happening? Our government, so maybe these things are in, for example, new models of cars, the resorts and all, these all are owned by, or these all things are belonged to one private company or one private person. So when we are going to buy these things, when we are going to take these things, they will get more profit. Our poor people of our country, they are becoming more poor. We are pushing them to become consumers, and this expensive goods and utilities compulsory they have to buy, because normal things, when average cost things are not at all available in our society nowadays. So one side we are getting these kind of development here, but at the same time here we are losing the essential thing, the necessary things from our society. Advertisers and marketing professionals are working hard to see that even people who live at the subsistence level in remote rural pockets are lured and entranced into becoming passive consumers of everything from cola drinks to shampoos. All they see is a vast rural market waiting to be opened up for commercial exploitation. We are fast approaching the day when it will be easier to get a bottle of Coke rather than tender coconut or buttermilk in most of our villages. The increasing presence of plastic garbage in our rural areas is a clear warning signal. So the next thing, this advertisers and marketing professionals, they are working hard for what? To improve their business in the villages also. Nowadays these trendy lifestyle we are seeing in cities only, but in a very short of time, 100% sure, definitely you can see that this type of lifestyle, that people are buying from cola to shampoo, everything people are buying from the shopping malls, and they are following this trendy lifestyle, that we can see in our village also in a very short period of time. The increasing presence of plastic waste in our villages, that is a clear warning signal for that. Within a short of time, it will be easy to get a bottle of Coca-Cola rather than getting a tender coconut or buttermilk. So essential things and necessary things are going to be like it won't be available anywhere in our country, anywhere in our places. Even in the villages also, the advertisements of these companies, they are waiting to open their business for a commercial exploitation. They are just waiting to open their businesses in the rural areas also. It is interesting to see the connection between all this and what is being drummed up as development by agencies like the World Bank, whose main objective is to make the way smooth for the unbridled expansion of the so-called free market economy into every corner of the globe. Enthusiasts of this vision of development are dreaming of a day when all India will look like the United States, with 2 cars in every garage and the reassuring glow of McDonald's and Pepsi sign all along every highway. The final confirmation of our reaching the promised land will come on the day the sheer tonnage of the garbage we throw out, plastic cups, junked cars, refrigerators and TV sets, matches the level of the land of the almighty dollar. When this happens, we will no longer be called a developing country, but will rejoice as the advanced West. Our teachers and role model finally certifies us as developed. It is to actualize this vision that millions of our youth are rushing to get their MBA degrees. So, in the last session, we have seen that this multinational companies, they are waiting to open. They are waiting for a commercial exploitation even in the rural villages also. So, here Alexander is saying that World Bank's main objective is to make a smooth expansion of free market. So what is this this enthusiast of this vision of development, what they are dreaming? So by using this World Bank, this enthusiast, what they are dreaming, India also want to become like America. So within a short period of time, they are trying to make India as a new form of America. What we see in America, all the things that we have to see in India also. This World Bank and all, they are, by saying this name development, they are trying to work hard. They are trying to make a new America in our country also. So what is their vision? They have to see like America in India also, 2 cars in every garage, and McDonald's, Pepsi, these kinds of multinational companies signboards that we have to see in each and every highways in our country. That is their vision. That kind of development they are visualizing in their mind every time. So within a short period of time, that day is not so far. According to Alexander, that day is not so far. Within a short period of time, we can see what we are throwing, this plastic cups, junked cars, refrigerator, TVs, that we are throwing as waste, that will reach at the level of this land of almighty dollar. Which means in America, how people are throwing this waste, how this waste products are increasing on the land, in the same way in our country also, within a short period of time, it will be able to see. So if this thing happened, people, the world will not call us that a developing country. We won't be called as a developing country. We will be called as advanced West. You see, this country had improved like the West countries. For example, if India is reaching that level, India will not be called as developing country, India will be called as advanced West. So if we reach that level, our teachers and role models, they will certify as developed. Nowadays, now our country is a developing country. We are on the track of development. If our country, if it is reaching that level, then we will be called as developed. In schools and our teachers will teach as India is a developed nation now. To actualize this vision, our youth, millions of our youth are rushing to get their MBA degrees. So to fulfill this dream of this enthusiast, our young children, they are rushing to get their MBA degrees. So they are studying about this business and they are trying to apply this on their own land, on their own native. Then our country also will become a developed country. The only way out. But wait a minute, how practical is this vision? It has been estimated that to make this paradigm of development a reality for all of India and China, leaving aside other developing nations, the resource of planet Earth will prove horribly inadequate. We would need at least another 3 planets. It is clear then that this consumer paradise aggressively marketed by the GN global corporations will, besides paving the way for an ecological holocaust, prove to be, what an irony, the most unworldly vision of all, simply because it will have run out the worlds before it is fully realized. So that is the vision of our youngsters. For that purpose, they are running to get their MBA degrees. But how much it is possible? How much these developers or these marketing professionals, otherwise this corporation, this global corporations are trying to make our world a market, but that much it is not possible because there is no place in this planet. How much they are trying to make this planet as a developed area, but that much place is not there in our place nowadays. That much area is not available. So to consume this development, we need minimum 3 more planets. In our planet, we have no place for this. This global corporations and all, they are trying to make developments, but within we have no place for this. They are this mistake within their understanding. This world only will finish. So within these people, within these companies are understanding these problems, this dangerous effect within their understanding. This world only will finish before realizing everything will finish, according to Alexander. It is not hard to see then that any model of development based on simulating high consumption lifestyles through aggressive advertising and limitless market expansion is not only unsustainable but also highly dangerous for the well-being of humanity. The price paid in ecological terms will make it the most suicidal enterprise the human race has ever embarked upon. We desperately need alternative models of development. It is not a wise thing to hand over to businessmen the task of ruling the world as we have just done today. Businessmen cannot be counted upon to have the wisdom or the will to think of the welfare of all of humanity, leave alone the health of the planet. That is not part of the training of business administrators. They are mainly trained to do everything possible to maximize profit for the corporations that employ them. So watching this development in the world is not only unsustainable to watch, but it is very dangerous, because this which is very dangerous to the humanity also. So this new trend of development, this tragic development is like a suicidal attempt to the world, because what is going to happen now, these private companies are taking control over all the nations, over all the people. So we need another model of development. We need desperately another alternative model of development, because it is not good to give the control. It is not to hand over the businessmen the task of ruling the world. But we are the people, we are ruling the world now. But it is not wise to hand over the task for the businessmen, because businessmen never learned in their colleges. They are not trained for to act for the humanity. They learned to do whatever they want to do to improve, to maximize the profit of the corporations. They trained for that purpose. They have not got any training to improve the humanity, to work for the humans. So if you give the task of ruling the world for the businessmen, if you hand over the task for the businessmen, definitely it is going to be very dangerous, because they have not learned. They will not think about the wisdom, the welfare of the humanity. They only will think about the profit for the corporation companies. Then how can we come out of this? The only way to restore sanity is for local communities, cooperatives, civil societies and democratic governments everywhere to take back the autonomy and the initiative for their own development, which they recently traded away to the GN global business corporations. There is now a great need to reawaken the numerous enabling spiritualities and wisdom traditions of the various people of the world. Mahatma Gandhi once said that the earth has enough for every man's need, but not enough for every man's greed. So, how we can restore, how we can take back that old traditional culture in our society? The only way is just give control over, the government should take control over them. The local communities, cooperatives, civil societies and democratic government should come back to the autonomy. They should take control over the nation. They should take some initiative for their own development. This small kind of businesses, this small scale businesses, they all have to come back. Nowadays, everything, all the sections, all the development is in the hands of businessmen and multinational companies. By taking back these things, we can try to restore the sanity of our world. We have to reawaken the numerous spiritualities and wisdom traditions. In people's mind, we have to reinstall that spirituality and wisdom and all. Once Mahatma Gandhi told that in this earth we have enough for man's need, but there is nothing is available for man's greed. What we need, what is for our necessity, that is available in the earth, but it is not there for our greed. All human beings have a right to the basic material requirement for life of dignity, but there comes a point beyond which it is necessary to say enough to the merely material. Then one should turn to the commodities of the spirit, the arts, culture, community life in order for life to be truly meaningful and sustainable. This is ultimately a spiritual and philosophical decision for both individuals and communities to make. Henry David Thoreau, a 19th century American philosopher, observed, superfluous wealth can buy only superfluities. Money is not required to buy even one necessity of the soul. One can only hope that humanity can muster up enough soul force to contain the damage caused by unrestricted consumerism, lest we really shock till we drop and nothing of value is left standing on our beloved Mother Earth. So it is our right to have the basic material requirement, what we need to live in the country, that we should have. More than that, what is our necessity, what is necessary for us, more than that, if we get something, we should learn to say no for that. We should learn to say enough for that, because we should think about others also. Everything I need, that is called greed. So if you are following this greedy attitude, it will be a dangerous problem for us. By saying enough to this materialistic world, we have to think about, we have to turn to the commodities like art, culture, community life. We should give some concentration on this also. Then only this world should go in a truly meaningful and sustainable lifestyle. Once Henry David Thoreau, he is a 19th century American philosopher, once he told that superfluous wealth can buy only superfluities. This uncontrollable wealth can afford only for uncontrollable people. So what we want for this earth, just that we have to take. It is our common right to have a good dignity in the society. But after that, after our necessity, we should say enough to the communities. Then only we can have a good lifestyle here. Because this money cannot buy any necessity of the soul. With money, we can buy only the materials. What we need for our soul, the art, tradition, culture, humanity, these all things we cannot buy with the help of money. Money is only necessary to buy the materials. So after our necessity, we should be ready to say enough towards those materials. Then if we by leaving that trend, shop till we drop, by leaving this trend, if we start to live on this earth, then only we can do something for our beloved Mother Earth. By saying that, Cheran Alexander is concluding his article, such a beautiful article that he had written on the consumerist culture. I hope you understood. In the next video, we will be discussing the next chapter. Thank you. Take care. Bye.